Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? I wanted to weigh in on a very serious topic. In light of all the media that's been talking about bullying, and it really made me started to bring back some repressed memories. Because all this time that I've heard about bullying, and it's been in the news, and even one incident happened locally, right in my local hometown, but it made it all the way to CNN News. If you all have heard the story where this young black guy has a daughter who's mentally challenged or physically challenged, and she had been bullied on the school bus, and she told her dad went to the bus stop, got on the bus, asked his daughter to point out the boys that had been bullying her, and he had a good word, or should I say a few bad words for them, and it made national news. A lot of people was on his side. A lot of people said that he handled it incorrectly, and he even admitted that he did not handle it in the best way. But at that time, you know that somebody's constantly bullying your child, and not just your babies, but then your mentally or physically handicapped child. That's got to be hard. But all this time that I've been hearing about bullying, I've been saying, oh, I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with that. I'm so glad, I was always a big girl. I was always the tallest girl. And so I was never a big girl, like physically overweight, just always, in our vernacular, we call it big boned. I was just always, a bigger girl than the rest of the girls, and always taller. And I just thought, I'm glad I was a big girl and I didn't have to deal with all of that. And then all of these repressed memories started coming back, and I started realizing I was bullied. But it's so odd that at that time we didn't have a word for it. We didn't know that it was bullying. But a lot of us, if you think about it, went through some of the same things that these young people are going through. I can remember one bullier, or I guess the word is bully, one bully in particular that just terrorized me. Almost my whole elementary school years, and even into my middle school years. But by the time I got into middle school and started playing sports, it let up, and the focus became, me as an athlete. But I was just always bullied and terrified of. I can remember being terrified of going to the bus stop because I knew I was going to be bullied. And I can remember two different situations wherein I've always been, scary, especially of bugs and insects. And I can remember this boy, my bully, put what I call them grasshoppers, but they're either grasshoppers, but these big, y'all know what a grasshopper is, right? These big ones. Y'all, if you can imagine being in about 4th grade and carrying these big book bags, that we have to carry, and this boy put this grasshopper down my clothes. And at the time, we didn't wear all the loose clothes like the kids wear now. You had your clothes neatly tucked into your shorts or your pants, and so there was no escape for this grasshopper. And y'all, I'm definitely, to this day I would have a heart attack if somebody put a grasshopper down my shirt. But especially being a 4th grader, and I just remember dropping all my books, tearing my book bag off me, dropping all my books, and just unloosening my shirt and just shaking, and the grasshopper out and just screaming, and all the kids and my bully laughing, and they thought it was so funny, and I'm screaming and I'm crying. And like I say, it's amazing how the repressed memories, that come back. That, and I got a little bonus story to tell y'all about this particular bully at the end. But I can remember another time my bully running after me, and I'm running from the bully, and probably terrified that he's gonna put another bug down my back, and then running so hard that I fell and skipped my knee, just tore up my pants, went straight to my knee. And to this day, guys over the years that I've been intimate with have asked me, where did you get that mark from on your knee? My husband asked me, where did you get that mark from on your knee? And I told him, that this bully was running after me, and I've skinned my knee so hard that you could still see the mark. I looked, even though I repressed these memories, but I can look down at my knee and remember how I was bullied. And then I can remember there was this one girl bully, this elementary school, and like I said, I was kind of tall, for elementary school, always the tallest girl in elementary school, the tallest girl in elementary, the tallest girl in middle school, the tallest girl in high school, the tallest girl in college. I've learned to love it, which is going to be a point that I'll make later. But at that time, when you were in kindergarten, not kindergarten, but elementary school, you do not want to be the tallest. You don't want to be the anythingest to stand out. You don't want to be the lightest. You don't want to be the darkest. You don't want to be the fattest. You don't want to be the skinniest. You don't want to be the tallest. You don't want to be the smartest. You don't want to be the dumbest. You don't want to be nothing EST. You don't want to be, because you don't want to call that attention to yourself. Maybe the funniest. I don't know. But I never even wanted to be that. But I can remember these girls in elementary school, especially one in particular, who just bullied me. And I mean, this girl had to come about this, no lie. She had to come up here to me, and I was scared to death of her. And it wasn't later until, and I used to wonder, why are these people bothering me? I was always kind, always humble. I just never did anything to these kids. Why did they choose me? But as I look back and kind of analyze the situation over the years, I think one of the reasons is because I was the barometer, being the big kid, the tall kid. I was the barometer by which they can measure their chutzpah, I guess you would say, or how bad they were. Like I say, in my vernacular, in my hood, it was, how bad you are. If you can kick Deidre's butt, you bad, because she's the tallest girl. If you can scare her, if you can bully her, then you got to be bad. If you the first one hit that sand out of, the hand, you bad. If you the first one to cross over that line drawn in the sand, and you're bad. And I just wanted to make this video, number one, just to talk about some of my repressed memories, where I thought that, I'm lucky, I'm thankful I've never been bullied. And then just the floodgates of memories start coming back, and I thought, you just didn't have a name for it. You just didn't know you were being bullied, but you were. But I just want to encourage young people who are being bullied. This is messages for you. It gets better. I know I've heard a lot of this being said in the news, on Twitter, different vlogs or blogs, etc., that people say it gets better. Be you and be your authentic self, and don't worry about trying to fit into a mode to not be bullied. Sometimes it's so hard for young people and people in general to be their authentic self because they feel like they're going to be bullied for that. But it gets better. It really does get better. As you grow up, things get better. But also too, if you're being bullied, tell somebody. Tell an adult, tell someone that you trust. And adults, when someone comes to you, a child comes to you and tell you that they're being bullied, take it seriously. Go let that child know that you came to the right person, and I will go to the ends of the earth to make sure that this does not continue, because we got to take this seriously. Our babies are killing themselves, and then the bullies are killing people. Either they're killing their spirit, or they're killing them physically, or, like I said, the ones who are being bullied, the victims, are committing suicide. So we got to take this seriously. Be the adult. Be the kind of adult that children know that they can come to you as a safe haven, as a refuge, and that you will go to the ends of the earth to make sure that they know you can count on me. You came to the right person. Also too, this is just my personal opinion, but I don't know about you all, but I never hear anything mentioned about repercussions to the parents, repercussions for the parents of bullies. Because if you are a parent and your child is bullying people, then I think that there should be repercussions and ramifications for you, because you should be knowing what's going on with your child. And if you don't know what's going on with your child, I know, we don't know 100% every single thing that's going on with our children, but that's where communication comes. We have to communicate with our children and give them lots of attention, because if your child is just bullying to someone to a degree, I mean, children are going to be children to a certain degree, but if your child is bullying someone to the degree that causes that person to want to seclude themselves, hurt themselves, commit suicide, then parent, you are partly to blame. That is just my opinion. I know that's a very strong opinion, but you are partly to blame, because you should be knowing what's going on in your child's life, and you should be knowing if your child is bullying, and somebody needs to get down to the why. I'm not trying to take any responsibility away from the bully themselves, but most kids who are bullied, if not all, but I have a very, very strong belief that most of them that are being bullied, they're doing so because that's the only control that they have, and something at home is out of control, out of whack. They're being abused, they're being neglected, they're given too much freedom, they're not being disciplined. Something, like my mama says, something in the milk ain't clean, and somebody needs to be looking into why that bully is bullying. Okay, let me just end this on a lighter note and tell y'all something funny. Back to this bully that bullied me when I was younger. We went to middle school, like elementary, middle, high school together. Eventually, by the time I got to middle school, like I said, and started playing sports, and especially by high school, I wouldn't say we became friends, but I started tolerating him. He stopped bullying me, and we became friendly. And fast forward years and years and years later, 20 years after high school, my husband is working in construction with this guy. And my husband tells me, after working with this guy for months, my husband tells me, I'm going to give him a pseudonym just so that I won't call his name. We'll say Don. And my husband tells me about working with Don. I'm like, I know Don. And I tell my husband all about the bullying stories. And I say, remember that scar you asked me about on my knee? That's who gave me that scar on the knee. So my husband, okay, kids, don't do this at home. Talk about bullying. Okay, but don't do this. Don't try this at home. Only professionals. But anyway, my husband goes to work the next day. And my husband takes out his pocket knife, and he puts the knife, up to the guy like this. And he's like, and by this time, he and the guy are like really good friends. And he put the knife up to Don's neck, and he says, I heard I'm supposed to kill you. And the guy's like, hey, whoa, what's up? And he's like, yeah, I heard that my wife told me that I need to kill you. Now, mind you, Don has no clue who his wife is. My wife told me that a long time ago you hurt her, and she told me to kill you. And he's like, whoa, I'm sorry, man. What have I did to your wife? I'm sorry. Who is your wife? And my husband's like, Deidre. My husband busts out laughing and said, Deidre. And Don just ROFL. He's like, and relieved. He's like, oh my God, man, I thought you were going to kill me. I thought you were going to kill me. And he was like, man, I told your wife a long time ago. I'm sorry. I apologized to her 20 years ago. He's like, man, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing with you. I mean, it was hilarious when my husband was telling me, but I was also like, baby, you can't play like that. You can't pull a knife out on somebody. What if this man would have came with a gun? But by this time, they had built a real good camaraderie and rapport, and I guess my husband felt comfortable doing that. Don't try that at home. But anyways, just want to also tell you that too, because let you know that there is forgiveness and reconciliation. It gets better. Those out there who are getting bullied, tell them adult, hold on. It gets better. And don't let anybody stop you from being your authentic self. Y'all be blessed.